I'm going to show you how you can export an STL file to the Dremel print cloud, from Tinkercad to the Dremel print cloud. So I'm going to come in here to export first. I'm going to click on export, and we're going to export an STL file. That's the file that we use that creates a 3D image. That's going to download to my computer, and I'm going to come in here to Dremel print cloud now, and we're going to go to upload new. And I typically use the single file. We're going to bring in a single file and drag it into this box, or you can also choose the file and go grab the file from your computer that way as well. When that successfully uploads, I'm going to click on Save and go to my files. When I do that, it's going to give me step 1, step 2, and step 3. I'm going to start with step 1. We're going to repair this file. It's going to make this file, fix it as best it can to make it printable for the 3D printer. You do want to make sure that you change, it's going to be optimized for whatever Dremel you have. I'm going to do the 3D 40 here, and I'm going to click on Fix. Now, once it does that, we're going to close out, and it creates another file for me in this little folder. I'm going to delete my original one so that I know that that repaired file is the one I'm working with now. So the next thing we're going to do is go to Layout. And in Layout, you can do different things like rotate, scale. You can create copies of this as well. I do most of my rotation and movement in the Tinkercad software. The one thing that I do suggest that people do is make sure that it's on the bed and make sure that it is centered. So if you click those two things, it'll just make sure that that file is down on the bed and ready to print. So I'm going to click Save, and it's going to create another file, a new file. So again, I'm going to go in and delete my old one. And now we're on to step 3, where we're going to slice this STL file. In here, again, it's got the printer types that you can use. We're typically printing with PLA, and it gives different slicing profiles for the PLA. If you wanted it to be a little less quality or better quality, you can change it. I typically just stick with the standard unless it's something that I really need a higher quality of. I typically keep these the same, again, unless I want to change maybe the density of it. I want something a little bit harder. It is going to take longer to print then. Or if I want it to be a little bit stronger, again, you can change it, change this here. And then you can change how fast it prints, but the faster it prints, the less the quality is too. So I don't really move around this too much. This is kind of set by whatever you choose here, it will change those settings for you. You also have the option to print a raft or supports. The supports are only if you have anything over a 45-degree angle kind of hanging off of your design, then you might want to print supports. This does not have that, so I'm going to click off on it. And the reason you might want to print with a raft is that raft can help it adhere to the build plate if you're having issues with that. Or another thing that raft can do is if this is a object that has a kind of off balance, that raft helps it stay and not tip over during the print. And if you have like a ball or something, like a rounded bottom, you can use that draft to print with that, which can be kind of difficult. Sometimes even the raft doesn't help that. So you can print with a raft though if you have a little bit more of a rounded bottom to it. So once you're done with that, you're going to click on Slice. And again, it's going to make another file for you. And it gives you the print time here. This is going to be a 12-minute print. It's a very basic one. And so when you are ready This is already, you'll notice that it's got that Dremel 3D40 on it. And even in the file name, it's got G3Drem. That means that this file is ready. Now, you can take a look at a preview of it. This build is only if you're sending it to the printer itself from the cloud, and we don't typically do that. So what you're going to need to do is come over here and you're going to click on the name of this file, and it will download that file for you to the computer. Then this is the file that you are going to drag into your jump drive that you have for your Dremel 3D printer. So I hope this helps.